Hello my dear language learners. This might be the most important video I make on this channel. Majority of the people who fail at learning a new language, they fail in the beginning stages of the language. And the reason for that is that they make certain critical mistake which hurts them throughout their language learning journey. Even years after they have studied the language, it keeps hurting them again and again. Even books, language schools, and even many other courses, I have seen them make this mistake. And when students finish those courses, try to progress in the language by their own, they keep coming across problems again and again and again. So, what are these mistakes? Well, let me show you. When it comes to French, Spanish, and languages that have similar type of alphabets to English language, they skip on mastering the ABCs and their sounds. Let me tell you, this is a very critical mistake. These are the building blocks of a language, and if you skip this step, skip mastering the sounds of the ABCs of the new language, here is what will happen. You will not be able to read properly in your new language. You will be reading it like English in your head. Your pronunciation will not be right. It will be difficult to speak properly. Natives will not be able to understand you. And throughout the months in which you will be studying your language, things will be more difficult than they usually are. Language learning will be a headache for you. And finally, you will create bad language habits. And getting rid of those bad habits is even a more difficult task, is even a bigger task than learning it properly from the beginning, because the language just gets wrapped in your head in such a way, and then getting rid of those habits is just very challenging, even more difficult than learning a new language altogether from start. So what is the correct way? First, master the sounds of ABCs in the new language. For example, A, B, C, D, E in French sounds like A, B, C, D, E. See, there's a difference. So master all the sounds of alphabets. Once this is done, master the sounds by pronouncing some words. So you can find lots of YouTube videos where natives pronounce words in their in the new language. And once you can pronounce words correctly, then you can go to a next stage. For French language, it took 3 days for me to master the ABC sounds and pronunciation. But other languages like Russian, it might take a little longer. But regardless, these few days that you spend on mastering the basic building blocks of the new language, it will severely ease down your progress throughout your journey. Let me tell you, some language doesn't have ABCs, so whatever their basic building blocks are, master it, because things will become much easier throughout your journey, and it's a very important step. Before learning the ABCs or whatever the basic building blocks of that language are, research the language and see if it has any similarities with English, and if it has similarities, use it to your advantage while learning your new language. Nowadays researching is very easy. For my French, for example, I just went on YouTube and searched how the French language worked. And the first video was from LangFocus channel, which I watched in detail, and after that the other videos were from Pond 101 channel, and they all explain French language very well. Why is this important? Well, not every language works like English. All languages are different. Researching your new language will create an overall map in your head, and armed with this knowledge, you will be able to tackle your new language in a very effective way. Let me tell you, language learning will take very long time when you are learning it. And if you research this language before learning it, it will save you months. Yes, it will save you months down the line when you are learning your new language. So this is why it's so important. Now, one more thing just came to my head. I told you earlier to research the language, but I want you to be careful too. I call these people fast prophets. There are content creators on social media and blogs and even YouTube. They make fake videos which are either for likes or they try to sell you a course or something. please be careful with this. Try to avoid, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably fake. Now, I haven't seen every single YouTuber out there or on who makes language content, but these are the ones I have seen. You can watch them. These are legit people and their advices are legit. They do vary based on their personal experience, but at least they are not lying. So you can watch these people. These are legit ones, and just be careful out there because there are lots of false content makers. So yeah, be careful. So you have researched your new language, you have learned ABCs. What's next? Before directly jumping into reading and watching videos, get a video course, a grammar video course, and keep the following things in mind and also avoid these mistakes. Number 1, buy a grammar book that is designed for self-study. If you buy a grammar book that is supposed to be taught by a teacher, it will be very difficult to read that book, to understand that book, because it is supposed to be taught in a classroom environment with the help of a teacher. So buy a self-study grammar book. The ones I like would be the famous ones. They make it for a lots of languages. Will be Teach Yourself, Hugo series, Colloquial, and there are some other goods too. So just make sure to buy a book that is designed for self-learning. Secondly, when you buy a book or video course or whatever it is, make sure to check lots of its reviews and make sure that it is, let me put it like this. Let's just say a book from French will be really good for French language. You might have read it before and you really liked it, but a book from that same company for, let's just say, Persian language might not be good. So make sure to check lots of its reviews, and this will tell you if this book is right for your studies or not. When you buy a grammar book or a video course, make sure it also has an advanced course. I chose this book for Learning French, and the reason I chose it because it also makes an advanced course for French language. When you progress further in language at later stages, you will require advanced grammar book. So make sure to keep this in mind. It will just basically ease the transition. If you are using a book, video already has audio, but if you are using a book, make sure that it has audio. The audio is very, very important. You need to hear the new language at the same time with reading it. Even for languages that are very close to English, like French, Spanish, make sure that it has audio. And these books you see, they make it for lots of languages. They all come with audio. So please make sure to select a book with audio. I have mentioned to use books or a video course to learn your new language. But what about apps and audio courses? Let me tell you, when I am talking about apps, I am talking about gamified apps like Duolingo. I have used many gamified apps, but I don't recommend a single one to use as a main resource. They can be used as a side resource, but as a main resource, I don't recommend a single one to use. Now, audio courses, what about them? I have used very excellent audio courses. There are lots of excellent audio courses, but I do not recommend a single one of them to be used as a main resource. Side resource, that is fine, but main, no. If you want to get out of the beginning stages as fast as possible, as effective as possible, you need both visual and audio material. And video provides that, and books provide that. So, use a book or a video course. But audio course and gamified apps, I don't recommend them in the beginning stages as main language learning material. This is how you start learning a new language. But you guys will have questions on what to do next. Well, first keep in mind that you are at a strong A1 level or beginner or intermediate A2 level. Exact level will be determined by what kind of resource you have chosen and also what were you doing as a side activity. So it will vary depending on person to person. But the next stage will be going into reading materials designed for new readers and watching videos designed for new learners. Both can be found for free on internet, and there are also paid ones available. And another thing, it is not for everyone, but if you can find natives who you can speak with, do that. Don't worry about wrong pronunciation and using grammar wrong. Just speak like a baby. It will improve over time. So don't worry about it. You can also, if you want to go for a paid option, you can hire italki teachers and they can further help you. So you can go take that route too. But you can find it for free too. A lot of people will be willing to improve their English, so you can do it for free. You can help them with their English and they will help you with your whatever new language you are learning. And now I have only simplified this in order to make a video with all the details. It will be over 1 hour long. Maybe I should make a video about learning a language all the way from beginner A1 to C2 level. Who knows? Stay tuned. But it is the beginning stages that are the most difficult. It is the beginning stages that people make the most mistakes, which causes problem for them throughout their journey. Once you are off the beginning stages, you will have quite a lot of knowledge about your new language and you will be able to make really smart decisions on how to proceed further. So just as soon as you are off the beginning stages, things will be much better. If you still have some questions, you can drop it down in the comments. I might even make a video from it. Alright, like this video if it helped you guys, because it's a small way you can support this channel, and I will see you guys again.